Today I want to talk to you about bloating and digestion issues while bulking. So recently I've been trying to put on more size and get a little thicker. And I've been eating a lot of calories, and so when I'm eating more calories, and I think this happens for a lot of guys, sometimes I'll have just feel very full in my stomach, have issues with bloating and just problems with digestion. So I wanted to go over a couple of things that have helped me a lot, and things I pulled from the internet that have helped other people too. So got a little list here. I'm just going to run through them all, and I'll be sure to put this in the description box so you have access to this. So, and I got most of the stuff out here to kind of talk about. So first thing is you got to just figure out what works for you. So for me, potatoes sit really good in my stomach, and I feel full, but I don't feel bloated. It gives me the energy I need without giving me a huge crash. Rice is going to work for most people. Some people have intolerances to chicken and they don't even know it. Chicken and turkey, or you might have an intolerance to specific kinds of beef, or farm raised versus grass-fed stuff. So you got to figure out what works for you. Some people can do brown rice and be totally fine. Some people can eat bread and be totally fine. Some people can eat milk products. So just figure out what works for you. And if you do find that you have certain intolerances, let's say a dairy intolerance, you can take something like this. So just a digestive enzyme complex. This one has stuff that helps with lactose and gluten digestion too. So this one's worked really well for me. I've also given this one to my roommate and he seems to like it. So that helps whenever you have just if you feel full, you feel like you're not digesting your food properly. I like to take it sometimes if I'm feeling really full and I'm about to go work out. I'll take it before the workout or even before bed if I'm feeling really full and I don't feel like it'll impact my sleep. Then I'll take one of these before. Or if I eat anything with heavy in milk, so like a cheese or pizza or something like that. So then I'm gonna go over some other things. So 2 meals that you can do. Follow me this way. So I got rice over here, and so one meal that I'll do is I'll take just some of this rice, and I'll just take some chicken, put those together. Obviously that's not super complex. You can also use potatoes. So these are literally just potatoes. There's no weird weird fats that are gonna wreck the cells of your body. And then you also, if you want something like pasta, there's a lot of options that are going to be based around rice. So this one's brown rice. So some people will be able to handle that. Some people won't. I think they also make white rice ones. So I'd put those together, and then I'd come over here and I'd do some of this. This is just sauerkraut, but it's got beets and ginger in it too. So beets are going to be good, for getting more nitric oxide in the body. They're going to help with nitric oxide production, so you might get a little pump from this. But you also got ginger in there. So something that I noticed a ton was when I was really at the beginning of the bulk, when I was not really handling the food very well and I felt very bloated all the time, I just chop up ginger and I just eat a slice with my meal. And so it was super convenient. It was super duper cheap, pennies per meal. And it helped a ton with my digestion. Just felt like everything was being utilized a little better. So that's one meal. The other one is you can do something like all bran, and this one might mess with some people. When you're bulking, you want to be careful with the fiber you're getting. So you don't want to get too much fiber where you're just feeling super full, but you want to get enough where things are still going through you, and you got fuel for the gut bacteria that you got, prebiotic fiber and stuff like that. So all bran, super duper high in fiber, got a lot of B vitamins and other stuff in there. You can mix that with yogurt, and sometimes I'll do some pumpkin in there too, canned pumpkin, and that's a really good meal. Sometimes I'll throw in a little bit of, and I do the non-fat Greek yogurt just to get more protein. I'll throw a scoop of protein powder or something in there too. And if you can handle it, some chia seeds are good, but these do make me feel pretty full personally, so I wouldn't go heavy on this. All right, so those are the 2 meals I wanted to talk about. Something else you can look into is FODMAP diets. So it stands for something I don't remember. It's follow saccharides and oligosaccharides and stuff like that. But there's specific foods that might mess with some people. So like bananas mess with some people. For me, I can eat a banana and I'm totally fine, but if I eat more, I do feel pretty sick to my stomach. So yeah, you can look up FODMAP diet. You can also, they have protocols for going through and figuring out your intolerances. Some people are intolerant to like peanuts, or milk, or wheat, like other forms of gluten. All right, so I just showed you one of the enzymes. The other one that's kind of helpful. So this is just a papaya enzyme. And this is literally 99 cents. Looks like that. So you can go get these at like any vitamin shop. And the other thing, I have another probiotic I'm currently taking, but this is one that I wanted to get because it's, they advertised it, it's acid resistant and it's going to go through and it's going to colonize more in the small intestine. But probiotics can also help with like gas. They're also just really good for your body in general. And when you're eating more calories, you want to make sure that you're being able to utilize those and that your gut is really healthy, especially if you're pounding it with like a lot of ketchup or like other things that are artificially made, a lot of artificial sweeteners, anything like that. All right, got those. Apple cider vinegar, super helpful for actually increasing the acidity of the stomach. So this is nice for people with like acid reflux. A lot of the times it's not because you have high stomach acid, it's actually low stomach acid that can cause some digestion issues and like the regurgitation and acid reflux syndromes. So omega-3 fish oil can be helpful. So this helps with gut motility, helps with inflammation, which can actually help with gut health as well. This right here is this is just a high calorie rice cake, and so I found this on, can't remember where I found it online, but somebody recommended this one in particular because most rice cakes are going to have 3 to 5 grams of carbs in them. This one has 19, so it's higher in carbs, still no fiber, really fast digesting. So I like this like after my workout. We got kombucha here, so that's going to help with it's going to contain a lot of probiotics that are going to help with digestion. Let's see, what else do I got? Again, with the fiber, figure out what works for you. So maybe, like for me, I don't do very well with like kale and very fibrous cruciferous vegetables. They create a lot of like gas in my stomach, and that happens sometimes with people, so it's something to watch out for. The other thing that can help is a little bit of salt, like pink Himalayan sea salt. It's got a lot of minerals that'll kind of help with digestion. And then the final thing, like that spin move, is ghee. So ghee can provide you with a lot of the same, they always recommend this to people who are doing keto, because it can provide you with a lot of the same benefits that you get from fiber. So it contains butyrate, and so when you consume that, it's going to help with the health of your colon. And I've always found that when I eat, like I was doing keto for a period of time, and I would do almond butter and ghee, and it tasted really good, but I just do those two things, and I'd eat that, and it just felt really nice and clean on my stomach. Felt like it was digesting quickly. So those are going to be most of the tips I have for you guys. The other thing, so aloe vera can help some people with like their gut lining. Glutamine can help some people with their gut lining. I haven't tried those, so I can't speak from personal experience, but I've heard really good things about them. I actually did try aloe, and I didn't notice any incredible benefits from it. I wasn't taking very much, but it can just help kind of with like regularity and stuff like that too. And then the glutamine, if you're taking glutamine for helps with your gut lining, if you're going to take it for that purpose, you want to make sure that the levels you're taking is way more than what they normally recommend, like on a supplement label. So it's, I want to say 10 to 20 grams of glutamine per meal, and you can do that for a while to kind of restore the gut lining. Coconut oil, some people talk about that helping too. So there's a lot of things to try. Just figure out what works for you. Maybe look into the FODMAP diet if you're having digestion problems. And if you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. So that's fit.rich.lifts is my Instagram. And yeah, talk to me about any coaching stuff. We would go through stuff like this and figure out what works best for you. So that's all I got. Thanks. So I'm here chewing my food for a very long period of time. And so that is my final tip, is make sure you chew your food like probably up to like 40 times per bite. And I know it sucks when you're bulking and you just want to get the food in your belly, but that has been the biggest shift for me that's helped me the most, to be totally honest. When your stomach, so protein in particular, is not digested very well in your stomach. And so it goes into your small intestine, and that's where it does most of its digestion. And the stomach acid in your stomach is trying to break it up a little bit, but if you chew it more, it doesn't have to work as hard. And so when it leaves your stomach, it's supposed to be chyme, which is a thin, viscous matter. And so when you have it thicker, it's not going to be all digested in your small intestine. And it's just going to sit in there, and it's going to create ammonia, and it's going to ferment, and it's going to be fucking disgusting. So that's all I got for you. Have a good one. And subscribe. And hit me up with a DM on Instagram about coaching. Peace.